I am ready, so I'm ready to join whenever. So this is gonna be the grand final, guys. Cool Cats, number 1 seed, versus Team, number 10 seed. And, well, what is there to say? If Cool Cats wins this, they have won the tournament. They have won the Master Cup number 1. If Team wins, the East Time wins here, they will play another game. Because they are coming from the loser bracket, which simply means they have already lost the game before in the tournament, and the tournament is double elimination. And if Cool Cats loses, this is their first loss, so they're not eliminated. Which means then we would play a second game, but only if the East Time wins this game. So, I totally missed what was going on, and we don't have a history in the top screen here, which is bad right now. But I think this looks like a mech start. I would have really been surprised if this was actually a Mastermind role with all 6 units being mech. Which is possible, but very unlikely. So Archaicum and Roby definitely took Mastermind. We see 2 Fire Metal starts. We've seen a lot of Fire Metal starts this game. This tournament, I mean. Definitely seen a few. And we see a Berserker starting King Dance. Akitos is still picking, probably writing a couple of novels in the chat and already telling his teammate what to do in the next 50 waves. So he's doing the Gargoyle Bus start. A start that not a lot of people really do. It's often seen, it's sometimes seen in high elo really. And he even added Bone Warrior to it, but he gets a cent. So this is 135 value, and I'm not sure if this holds. We will find out soon. The snail already dead? Oh no, the snail is... Now the snail is dead. It is at least doing pretty okay against the sand, it seems. Not leaking as much as a Valtrum, but it's also a bit more value. But it seems like this is actually a safe build against snail. Usually I think people go 2 Gargoyles, 3 Bus. He was like, I can save 5 value by going Bone Warrior. Which was a good idea, I guess. And he will end up leaking 2 Creeps, which shouldn't hurt them too much. So we see right now a 6 gold difference. This will... Well, he will get some gold back and they will get some gold, but not gonna be a lot difference. So this is a leak, but it is not a big leak. It's not gonna do too much. So we see just a 4 gold difference. Now actually 18 gold difference because we've seen a cent here. Although, yeah, he sent that snail before income, so now he has 12 income or most likely 14. Yep. And we can definitely confirm that he is playing mech because there's no bonus to income for Mastermind. Also interesting that both of them added a tier 1. Maybe expecting... Oh, 2 tier 1s. Maybe even expecting a level 2 send, a big one. We have a recent here. Another snail against Akitos. But he's probably going to be fine against it. He built a consort now. A consort is pretty good too. Pretty good damage leader too. There's a lot of damage against Arcane and... Well, it's not even close that he leaks here. He's going to be pretty happy about that send. So he pushed 5 workers now. Yeah, he can just add another Gargoyle. Then he's more than fine for 3. And he has the consort for 4. And even Fire Archer options if he wants to. So a lot of options on this roll. In general, we can talk about it a little bit. 2 tier 1s, a tier 2, tier 3, and 2 tier 6. So he has nothing in between. But he can probably go Green Devils and Consorts for most of the time. Probably gonna be enough. Okay, we see a 60 cent now against Berserker. He added 5 PVs but didn't boost any of them. We felt pretty safe about this. That he didn't get a Brute Snail or something like that. On the other side we see a Veteran in front of the Fire Elemental. Okay. That's good for 3, but not too good for the other waves that are coming next. For 4, for 5, for 6. You see a veteran on this one as well. Oh, so overall we see a lot of tier 1s being picked. We see 6 tier 1s being picked in total. I mean, it's always good to have one tier 1 in your role, no matter what tier 1 it is, but see 2 people picking even 2 tier 1s. But these people also kind of have to make it through the early game so they can even use their big units. We also see on yellow, for example, he has the Butcher, Antler, Millennium, and these units are usually not used too much in the first waves. Butcher maybe, but also difficult. And Antler, you usually don't see him before like wave 8 maybe, or 9. Okay, and so we see Akitos did not send yet. Is that correct? I think he has not sent yet, so he's probably deciding to send 5 or 6 against yellow. And yellow and teal both buffed their veteran here. Teal because he wasn't really low value, 330, although that's okay. That is not too low, and he got a... Oh yeah, he only got a 40 cent on 3. So he probably expected this to not be a full send. And I guess he's kinda right. Because King Duns is now sending 80 at least. Question is, what is Akito sending? It's gonna be Dynabrute. Dynabrute for a total of 140 and 100 on his teammate. This time no veteran buffed, but we see a Bone Crusher. The problem here though is that the mini boss is still alive, and the mini boss kills the Bone Crusher pretty quick. Well, now the veteran is holding though, but overall really well done. He had to stay on, I guess, 4 workers even, but he's not leaking, so it was totally worth it. His teammate was a little bit lower value. I don't know if he boosted a veteran here or a PV. He probably didn't expect such a big resend, but he only ends up leaking the dino, and that is okay. And this honestly, this hurt Akitos more than it hurt Archaicum here. Because Akitos lost many rounds where he didn't get the income. He also for 5 only got the dino before income, and he sent the brute after income. And it didn't result in a leak, and Archaicum was on... Well, how many? He was on 5 workers. Or 4 workers. He was okay with this. Now he's on 7. He actually... No, he didn't build early value. Never mind. And now we see Teal sending. Saved for a while. Last send was on 2. So here's a Drake. Not sure if that's really... It's a good send against Bone Warrior, I would say, although it still needs 3 hits to kill them. Yeah. But it's not really a good send against Green Devil or anything like that. And the Green Devil is even staying alive. Look at how it's perfectly staying alive, running around the back, and even the Bone Crusher is not dying. So this is not going to be a leak. So, we've seen some big saves already this game, but we haven't seen a major leak yet. The leaks we've seen, we can almost forget about them. The Dino and the 2 creeps on 1, we can almost forget about that. So, meanwhile we see Akitos already did his supply. That's early. 100 now against King Duns. But he's prepared. He just blew a Leviathan. And he already has 6 PVs around, so these PVs are strong. These PVs are definitely strong. And he's not even close to leaking. And he's just taking this as an invitation for him to push more. So, well done. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the workers. We have 10 and 11 on Akito's team, and on the east side team we have 8 and 9. No gold difference overall, or it has probably gold difference, but it's below 100 gold. We see east team basically playing a little bit safer. They also got saved on this wave, and Archaicum even got saved on from wave 5. So they had to volley up a little bit more here. And they're still being saved on. Akitos will now scout the Antler though. Which makes him probably think, should I go 9 or should I go 10? The thing is, with 9, he's probably going to face a second Antler. If he goes 10, then he's probably going to face 2 Antlers and veterans in the back that deal a lot of pierce damage. Which is making it difficult for him to actually choose what to do. I actually think 9 might be better. And he is also going for it. Maybe just income sending here. Because I think yellow is just too strong on 10 with the veterans. Because these veterans have actually a decent front line, and there's no way he can leak that if he actually boosts 2 veterans. He even goes for Millennium here. That should allow him to hold this. That looks very strong. Oh, a lot of stuff being sold, being built last second. Peter's deciding to go for Banana Bank. He needed that value. Oh, he probably had to sell something for this. Being saved from 6, so he's now only a 955 value. But of course his enemy did not know that there's a Banana Bank, so now a Mimic is not really the best send against it. Mimic was more towards all the small units. Teammate is covering just fine though. And on the east side we see yellow, well, with the Millennium and the Antler of course doing pretty good. His teammate, it's been close, but it's not going to be a leak in the end. So Akito seems to be the only one leaking here, but he leaks 3 creeps. And he had pretty good workers so far, so I don't think this hurts him too much. Especially if you look at the value. He had 955 value here, which is really low. And he had a 160 cent against him. So only 3 leaks. Well, he can be very happy about this, to be honest. This is an achievement. This is really good. Okay, and they will actually follow up with another send. I wanted to say income send, but it is actually not an income send. Kikito's in a brood already. He probably thinks that Archaicum is not going to build up too much. But he is actually now buffing the 2 veterans. Alright. And build a rogue wave. That's a very interesting choice for 10. That's a very interesting choice for 10. Not sure if that's really happening too much, because the only spell damage he's buffing is, well, the shell damage of the Millennium. Yeah, sure. And the ignite of the Fire Elemental, but... well, let's see. I mean, he buffed the veterans, so I guess he's fine. He's also on pretty decent value. 140 on his teammates, who also buffed 1 veteran. And he had a Nightmare. And the Golem in front. I don't know if he hardened it, but they're doing fine. And even if this ends in a leak, it's a small leak. And with low HP, the Granddaddy isn't hurting too much. So now he gets back 123 gold. So he basically only lost 27. And the enemy team gets a little bit, but they don't get a lot. So it was honestly still pretty good for them. Pretty good for the East team. So, level 11. No sense. Remember, East team is saving a wave longer than West. So what is gonna happen now? Also, we didn't take a look at that yet. Legion spells. We have Sacrifice, which Akitos used to get a Banana Haven. We have Villain, which King Dan's used for his Berserker. And we have Double Sacrifice on the enemy team as well. I don't know why it says newly built on this golem. But didn't he have a golem already before? Did he sacrifice that golem and just rebuild it? That would be interesting. And on this side we have a white man now, so he probably also sacrificed something. I don't remember what it was, but there was a unit here, I think. So there was something he sold. Okay, but not a big difference in gold also. We have a 100 gold advantage on the East team, even though they are saving a little bit longer. So, when are they gonna send? We see 270 Mithium on them, while we have around 200 on the other team. Still no sense. Okay, it's probably gonna be a 13 cent again. Let me quickly check the units. The Banana Haven, obviously you don't want to send 12. On this side, I wouldn't say he's too good. He's not too good 13 either, right? Leviathans are okay with PVs. They definitely look weak 13. Ethos is now building a Fire Lord, so he's probably gonna get a Phoenix. Oh, his teammate is telling him where to place it. Akitos doesn't know everything, apparently. What? No, he's building it there, okay. Not his teammate pinged here, okay. But he had a Fire Lord. They kind of expected the enemy team to not go 12. But still, they're gonna be careful, because their value is really low. Everyone is on 17 value, but the enemy team saves from 9. Yeah, and I just wanted to say I wouldn't be surprised if they send 13 as well, because they need the income, they need the value. I don't see them holding otherwise. So both teams sending, we see Shaman Lizard, we see 4 Eyes Safety Mole. On the other side we see 4 Eyes and 4 Eyes. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it makes sense though. We have a white man here. We have a golem on the other teammate. That makes sense. We also see a lot of death being built. Yellow is low value. He's gonna build up more. He's gonna build a lot of Bone Warriors. He still has a lot of supply left. Here the sense. Not too much of a difference. 100 on average different. Let's zoom out again. I would probably want to feature that mostly. See how good the Phoenix is doing. The Banana Haven is doing pretty good. Deep Coil has taken some of the aggro as well. Now the Phoenix takes some aggro. That is almost looking perfect here. Pretty good, but the Lizard of course hurting the Phoenix a bit, so he actually ends up leaking quite a lot. A lot of leaks here as well, but on the other side... Oh, this is a massive leak. 2080 against Teal. He had no frontline for this wave. Yeah, okay. But his teammate didn't do much better either. He still leaked 2 golems, so both teams will take a lot of damage here. And honestly, my prediction is that they're still pretty even after this wave. Maybe with Akito's team taking a little bit more damage on the king here. But I think we're still going to be pretty even. Oh, they took way more damage though. Okay, they took 77% damage. I'm not sure if they were on 100%, but this is a big damage difference actually. The gold lead is just 100 gold, so that's not really making a difference. But the king damage, that could be the deciding factor later on, if they're on a race. And I believe that if they're gonna race on a certain level, that everyone wants to delay a lot. Or they probably have one person per team delaying a lot. Worker wise, we have 15, 19, 21, 16. Not a big difference. Probably playing a little bit safer, building up more value, while his teammate is pushing a bit more. Incomes overall, I would say, are low. Around 200, a little bit over 200. I doubt that we're gonna see level 21 here. And we even have them resetting on 15 here, which is a really short save. You can also see that in a sense. We have double dino, snail, lizard. We have double dino, snail. That's not a lot. And we actually also have Akitos. That is probably not planned, but he is leaking 14. Wait, is he not? Okay, I was like, why is it not leaking now? But he ended up leaking. 302 HP. That was probably one hit away from dying. With a Phoenix with full damage, that's pretty close. So maybe. They are even more gold behind now because of course the enemy team is sending here, which they don't see coming. Their sends are not that bad, I would say. And if we take a look at the values of the left team, then we can really see they are in trouble here. They're adding all they can. Last snails are being sent. Lizards here against the Phoenix. And I guess there were some PVs being boosted here. Yeah, a total of 12 PVs boosted. But also, we gotta say, there's 2 Phoenix on Akitos and there's a Fatalizer. That is, well, that is definitely not not killing stuff from the sides. That Fatalizer got focused, obviously, because he has no melee units, really. Like, he has a couple of PVs that are melee, but the rest of them are just boosted. But he's just used the Fatalizer as a tank, so he's completely fine with this. And just don't look at the value. The value doesn't matter here, because we have boosted PVs, and we have a guy with double Phoenix, so this kind of ended up being a fail send. This send was not big enough to break them. On the other side, we see them almost leaking that many balls on their own, because yellow was so low in value, but they are in trouble now, because now they are going to receive a send. And actually, because they could push a couple workers here, they were already able to take the advantage simply by pushing a couple of workers, because the enemy team relieved them by sending 15. But still, we shouldn't forget, I've already seen people with values like this to League 16. This time they definitely don't have the worst units though. They definitely have better units than the team before on 16. But let's see what their send is gonna do. I believe if someone dies, then it's gonna be the East team dying first here. Before they would die, but I don't even think they will leak. They have pretty good units against this wave. But the East team, they're in trouble. 46% king health though. We will see how good they do. Really strong front line here. But the damage in the back is kind of missing. The damage is really missing in the back. There's a Doomsday and a couple of Aquas. That's about it. Oh, and there's a Dark Mage buffing the Doomsday. But we see a lot of leaks on Roby, and we see a lot of leaks on Arcaricum, and they had a really small advantage. Really only a small one though. But this seems to be it. This king is not gonna handle 22 creeps, including a centaur and 2 pack leaders to clear this. And this is the tournament win for Cool Cats. Congrats to Akitos and King Dance being undefeated in every single game. They didn't even need to move down to losers bracket, or we didn't need a second game on the grand final. They just made it. I'm impressed. Well done. Really well done. Congrats to them. And well, that was well done. So we can quickly take a look at the waves tab, at the overview. I mean, they were close. We know that the net worth was really close. Like, it was basically before the wave, it was just a really small advantage on them. But of course, the 15 cent was kind of a fail. But to be honest, even 16 wouldn't have worked much better. So it was, in the end, just them having the better units for that stage of the game, for the 15-16 stage. So the enemy team